Hello. I said hi and I was muted apparently. I don't know why I was muted in OBS. But hello! Doll spotted on loading screen. Yeah! Yeah, I do have a little doll. Wait a sec. I'm gonna transition back because wait. I have to make a comment. Yes, in the bottom left corner. That's a doll I actually own. That was one of my earliest dolls in my personal collection when I was getting into like collecting as an adult. And she's wearing the outfit that I made her. So yeah, I bought that doll to customize back in the day. And I sewed her a little outfit. She came with no clothes. And I was gonna repaint her face, but her face was actually super adorable, so she just has her original face. And a little original outfit that I made for her. Yeah, I'll have to show her off later, so people know what I'm talking about. But hello everyone, I have a lot of people in chat already. I got Wedyan. Wedyan is first. I'm surprised you beat Bear. Good for you. So Wedyan, Bear, Junie, Arashi, hello everybody, and lurkers. I know we've got some lurkers as well, so hello to you guys. I don't forget you guys. So yeah, we're designing a character today. And I have very little planned out already for this character because I wanted it to be like my full process of like how I think through a design. But here's what I know so far. Let me pull up, I think I have some references. Where is it? Here we go. So, ooh, let's see. What do I want to use as like my main reference? This one's really cute. So, I think this one's a painting. Yeah, it's a painting. So I kind of want to make a ferret character. Because I don't have a ferret yet. Look how cute these little guys are. Look at their little snoots. Their little masks. Their little... Wait. Their little long bodies. Let's see. I have other references. Look how cute! Baby! You surprisingly got the notification early? Amazing. Laimu? Not Laimu colors, because I don't want to rip off a VTuber who exists. Literal noodle floopers. Literally. Also, for my Witch Hat Atelier fans, tell me this isn't just Brush Buddy. You can't tell me this isn't just Brush Buddy. Brush Buddy is literally a ferret. Brush Buddy is long cat. Little long. Yeah, just a little long. Like my dog. So yeah, I want to do a ferret character. So ferrets have personality traits, and that's where I start. I start by going, well, what is a ferret known for? And then I utilize those... He's scheming. And then I utilize those things in my character design. In my character's personality. I have gotten to take care of some ferrets before. They are very friendly and silly. Yes, they are so silly and so cute. Brush Buddy is a sentient pipe cleaner. Yes, but he's also a ferret. I need to make myself a Brush Buddy. But yeah, so... Step 1. Oh. Step 1 is to, figure out what we're working with here. So obviously we want the ferret character. Oh. What is that? Oh, there we go. Okay. Ferret. Okay, that's what we know. And Ferrets are sentient pipe cleaners, exactly. So ferret personality traits we want to utilize. Obviously this character has to be very silly and very friendly. So we'll do that. We'll do friendly and playful and silly little guy. So that's what we're starting with. Setting is important too, because the character has to work with the setting where we're making them for, obviously. So this is gonna be my same setting as like all my other like animal-eared characters. So it's like modern day. But then there's of course the animal ear part. And for my non-weebs, this just means animal ears. It's just like the terminology we use for like anime characters with animal ears. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. My setting for these characters is not complex, so that's easy to work with. I did consider making another character for my like modern day fantasy kind of magical setting where my vampire characters come from, but I would have just made another vampire, and that's not super entertaining when I've been sharing a bunch of my vampire designs already. So I thought this would be more fun for you guys. Hello, Pain Star, welcome into chat. Kind of like those noodly things they advertised back in the 2000s. Are you talking about the worm on a string? I think that's what you're talking about, right? Cause yeah. Yeah, I see it. Okay. So now I have to figure out what else I'm doing with this character. We figured out these things, obviously. I want to make a girl. Like maybe not little. I don't know. Girl. And I want her to be youthful. I'm going to use the word youthful, not the word little, because I don't know if I want her to be actually little or like a teenager, but like just small. Cause my like main characters in this setting are teenagers. And then you guys know my band kids, like they're adults. The band they're adults, but then we've got like Benny, Jolt, and Flair, who a lot of you probably know. I'm looking for a Benny right now. How well here, this one works. Benny. So he's one of the main characters of the like main story I have in this setting, and he's like 15, 14, 15. I think he's like 15 when the story starts. So if I were to use this as like a background character per se, she would have to be at least a teenager to be like the most versatile character, just because then I could have her show up like in their school and stuff like that. But then if I wanted her to appear in like the band guys like side story, then she could be really any age, because then she'd probably just appear in the background like out in public spaces and stuff, unless she was a fan of them, in which case that would be weird, because I don't imagine her being a rock girl. But but yeah, so we're probably gonna make her like a young teenager, just to get the most use out of her. Little ferret girl with white hair and green accents. No! I'm not copying Laimu! No green! So, no green. No green. No green is one of our things. because Laimu is a VTuber who exists who is a ferret, and her color is green, so we can't copy a pre-existing character. She has to be unique, so it doesn't look like I'm trying to copy a VTuber who exists. You listened to metal when you were a teen? No, it's not about her age. It's about what mental image I have in my head of what kind of character this is. I don't imagine her listening to rock music. I listened to... What did I listen to in high school? I listened to Ninja Sex Party in high school. Hi, Strawberry! Welcome! Arashi, only I get that reference, but yes. So we're planning out our new character. She's gonna be a ferret. Look how cute these little guys are. So these are the character traits we've decided on so far. PS2 Laimu, purple instead of green. P2, not PS2. P2 Laimu. We'll see. I currently have no idea. Shiny Furret from Pokemon is cream and pink. Oh, wait. Like the nose. The nose is very pink. So we could utilize that pink. It's like a peachy pink. And then obviously they're like cream and brown. Some of them are like a darker brown. Some of them are like a lighter brown. So those are like the colors we have already. That would be easy to use. And I could add in accents from there, but I'm probably gonna just start with that and kind of go from there. Pink ferret would be really cute. I mean, I do have Pink Bunny. My main boy is literally Pink Bunny. And then I literally have, wait. Oh yeah, and I have Purple Bunny. This is a really old character sheet. I need to redraw this, but this is Benny's mom. She's literally Purple Bunny. And then I have, and then I have, hold up, I'm getting art. This is also an old character sheet I need to redo. But then I have Pink Cat. Oh, and then I have... Wait. Come here, you. Where's a good picture of you? Okay. Then I have Pink Raccoon. So maybe I shouldn't go with pink. Pink and brown do look so good together, though. She should bite people? Do ferrets have a tendency to bite? I feel like they don't. I feel like I should use a different animal for that. Oh, but I could make another weasel. Another weasel that could do that because a lot of weasels are actually surprisingly mean. But yes, raccoon is good. A good girl, raccoon. Do I have any other good art of her? I mean, we saw that one. That's her like little ref sheet. And this one's not bad. I don't have a lot of good digital art of her because I mostly doodle her in my sketchbook. But this is Tama. Pet. So fun fact, this is not why I named her Tama. Her full name is Tamako, but Tama by itself means round in Japanese, and so a lot of people in Japan apparently name their cats Tama because it's like, it's basically like just saying you're round. So they call their cats fat by naming them Tama, and I think that's funny. That's not why she's named that. I learned that after I named her. Anyway. You saw a weasel? Oh yeah, you did see a weasel! It was so cute you chased it around. Well, it probably hates you, but that's okay. There's a reason weasels have the reputation of being underhanded. Yeah. Yeah, wild weasels can be mean, but ferrets are an exception because they're a domesticated weasel. So I think I should just get into starting to sketch things out. So we got our traits to reference, and then I'm just gonna start doodling like basically the first design things that like come to mind. So sometimes I have like a vague idea of a hairstyle, or at least a hair length. Sometimes I have more of an idea of like the outfit. So I just kind of jot down whatever's in my head and then go from there. I have no idea what I'm doing for this girl, really. Except that I want her to be happy and silly and cute. Oh, and I also want to figure out how to kind of get this, like, shape, that, like, mask shape in the design, but without, like, literally giving her a mask. Oop. So, we'll see what we can figure out with that. I think Felicia would be a cute name for a ferret, or Felicity, or Fufu. Those are all very different names. Felicia makes me think of like a basic white girl who buys Starbucks 3 times a day. Felicity makes me think of like a coquette little like sweet, gentle, like good-mannered woman, like little woman. And then Fufu is just a fluffy little creature. When you're drawing hair, you draw a head and a V shape on the side, then go crazy. Makes sense. What else just was said? What might be a funny idea for a future OC is an opossum. You know, I'm surprised I don't already have an opossum. I actually love them. I think they're cute little scrunkly guys, and I like them. So I don't know why I don't already have an opossum OC. So I'll put that on the list. Felicia makes you think of Vine? Yeah. Bye, Felicia. What about Fiona or Fiona? Fiona sounds nice. That's sweet. Fiona makes me think of Shrek. They're peak emo girl animals. You're so right. They are peak emo girl animals. Wait. Idea. A possum OC to be a fan of the rock band, so then I can use her as a background character in their side story, and she can be like one of the characters who like goes to their concerts and shows up at their meet and greets and is like a fan from the very beginning. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. She's gonna be a fangirl. Funny little fellas. Yes, they are. Ferret is cute for a ferret. That's cute. Okay, what am I doing? The image in my head is like a little sundress, but also they're like silly little energetic guys, so I feel like she needs an outfit she can like play in. So maybe instead of a sundress, I'll do like a baby doll style top. And then she can wear like shorts or something, so she can run around and be chaotic without repercussions. So let's give her like a cute little, let's give her like a, I don't know, something like this. Again, I'm just doing whatever pops in my head right away, so it might not be the best, but it's like a starting point, and then we'll shift it from there. I've never drawn a baby doll top before, I don't think. I have no idea what I want it to look like. So like, kind of have a seam there and then go out maybe. Sundress and bloomers, that would also be cute. She could do overalls with a baby doll top. See, my go-to for characters like this is always overalls, so I want to try and avoid doing overalls just because I have so many characters already who wear overalls. But otherwise, absolutely I would. just gonna give her some noodle arms for now. And then, so my first thought was like shorts. We'll give her a little like rolled up shorts. And then I guess sneakers would make the most sense. Weirdly, I kind of am just imagining her just barefoot. Like, she's that girl who, like, runs around in the grass with no shoes on. And she needs her tail. Let me reference. So they've kind of just gotten, like, a floof. Well, that one doesn't have a tail visible. Let's see if I have another picture with a tail. A bug flew in your face. Oh no. 2 long braids with eyeballs like worm on a string. I like that. Okay, I missed the emo fangirl passes out at the meet and greet because she's so excited. I went back and reread that, and I love it. She passes out and then she falls over backwards and she's got her legs and arms up like a opossum that's playing dead. That's a hilarious mental image. And also perfect. I don't have a lot of pictures that have the tail. Look at this baby! So tiny! So they kind of just have a furry noodle for a tail. So here's her furry noodle. Furry noodle tail. The braids is cute. You'd wear that? Nice. Childhood cutesy clothes are no shoes running around outside? Yes. I still run around barefoot in the backyard sometimes when I feel like touching grass. Would cargo pants work with a baby tall top? Now I would feel like that'd either create a cute contrast or clash disharmoniously. It gives a very streetwear, like kind of cutesy Japanese streetwear look. I swear I literally have a Pinterest post saved that's that exact combination. But yes, that's a look I would wear. Her, I'm not sure yet, but maybe. To be fair, I haven't figured out that much of her personality, so it could work with her. Oh yeah, that's true. I do always have bare feet. Yeah, thanks. You're right. Her hairstyle's probably gonna change as I work stuff out more, but... where's my references? There's my references. They're so fuzzy. I feel like I should get the fuzziness in there somewhere. Somehow. Maybe she'll have like a fuzzy top and then the braids. Ooh, that's cute. Wait. I'm just gonna have the braids be behind her in this one because I don't want to cover up what I just designed. Okay, 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 I like it. I like the fluff up top with the 2 little braids. Pigtails? Pigtails are always good. Taking notes on your sketch process, as you should. That's kind of the idea of this stream, is like, I'm not really teaching in this stream, but I am showing my process from the very start to give you an idea of how I work out things. So yeah, wait, how do I... Ears. Little nubby ears. Baby. Okay, little nubby ears. She is so darn cute already. What? What? Cute? Okay. That's how I know I'm headed in the right direction. She looks so shoujo. She looks like 90s to 2000s shoujo. Okay. Now what? I kind of just like her as is, but I probably should tweak some things. I should try the cargo pants and see how that looks. I might add some more fluff to this hairstyle too. Like I was saying, I really want to get that fluffiness in there. Because I love fuzzy little creatures. I don't know why I did like a full side profile for this one. She looks like a toddler. She'll look less like a toddler when she's not chibi. However, I do want her to be like petite and a little squishy. So, yeah, she's gonna look a little bit tiny. Squishy baby energy. I wonder if like giving her freckles or a birthmark or something could help give us that like masked look. Like give her a thick row of freckles across here. That's cute. She looks like a girl you did. Well, now I have to change her whole design. How dare you? Do you normally start with a chibi form, then flesh out the character more in a later sketch? It does kind of depend on, I guess, what is in my head already and what I'm really going for or working on. Like, for this one, I started with her outfit, and usually when I'm doing, like, the first try of what a character's outfit is, I do go for chibi. Because chibi bodies are just so much quicker and easier to sketch out. And so then I can get, like, a really quick view of the basic, like, look of an outfit, and then I'll put it on my, like, regular style after that. But if I have a better idea of what their face looks like, then usually I'll start with like my usual style face and work out like what shape I want their face to be in that style. And then, you know, do their facial features and then their hair and then go from there. But then, yeah, once I have that part worked out, then usually I go to the chibi to figure out the outfit. Sometimes I just do it the opposite way, like this time. You know, if I was doing like the vampire character that I'm wanting to design, which is specifically like a villain character, because right now I only have like friendly characters worked out. I don't have any of the villains figured out. So if I were to choose to do that villain character design, I would probably start with my normal style and start with the face to get that like intimidating look in his facial features, and then from there I'd work out his outfit. So, the process isn't always linear. It switches up a bit, but yeah. Tan skin might be cute with her. You know what? What if she's a little tanned, but then has like a tan line? Is that silly? I feel like that'd be fun. She's got these little spaghetti straps, basically. I could give her just a little bit of a tan line, like she was wearing a slightly more covering top and got a tan. That'd be funny. I would do that. Can't show you guys my ground up process, because my ground up process starts at work and ends at finish to design before I pick up a pencil. Yeah, so all in your head is what you're saying. Sometimes I do that, but then when I actually draw them out, I have to draw them a million times to be able to translate what's in my head onto paper properly. It would be cute maybe if her eyes were further apart than regular. That would make her look stupid. Maybe that's what you want. Maybe you want her to look stupid. Yeah, that making a character have far apart eyes is literally how you make them look like they have no thoughts behind them. So if we do the worm on the string eye, I kind of think it'd be cute to have it like in the center of a bow, so you don't really notice at first that it's a googly eye. I literally want it to be like a googly eye, but you don't notice it's a googly eye until you're like looking closer. Make a fish OC with far apart eyes. Literally that. See, that makes sense. Parrotfish. Oh. Okay, wait. Where's my notes? I'm gonna write for future. That's an E. Your a possum parrot fish. It's almost surprising that I never designed a parrotfish when I was doing those fish OCs originally so many years ago, because I was trying to have so many different types of fish, but I never got around to parrotfish. Although I did run out of steam and stop designing them at some point. Have to make Pinterest boards for your OCs and then draw a Frankenstein. Okay, so I actually have Pinterest open because I was considering doing that, taking you guys to Pinterest and having you watch me go through references and compile things. But I actually feel like I don't need to do that because I have a pretty good idea of what I want her to look like, so I don't really need references. But that is an optional part of my process. Sometimes I do that. Like for my vampire cast, where it's like a whole bunch of different characters who are similar and that they're all vampires and they all have that vampy aesthetic, but I wanted them to all be unique from each other. I did go to Pinterest and save a whole bunch of things and use them for reference. Bratty, stupid parrotfish OC that blows snot bubbles. See, that literally fits right in line with my fish cast. Like, I literally have... And I'm gonna pull it up right now because you've brought this on yourself. Where is she? That's the wrong folder. Come here. Fish designs. Okay. I literally have a sea cucumber girl who vomits up her insides. Because sea cucumbers, when they are being chased by a predator, they escape by literally expelling their internal organs to distract the fish. So the predator will eat the organs while they swim away, and then they just regrow their organs. So sea cucumber girl literally throws up her insides when she's stressed out. So snot bubble is not even the most gross thing I've designed for these characters. Smartest thing he's ever said. Okay. What am I doing? Oh, now I remember. I forgot what I was doing with this sketch, so I was just sitting here staring at like, what is my next step? I was gonna give her the cargo pants and see how that looks. Okay, I have no idea how to position her arms here. There. Get that out of the way. So she's got her cute little top. And then it's got the baby doll shape. And then... Okay, I don't have enough space. I drew her body too big. Maybe I'll just shrink the body. Because I usually draw chibies with smaller heads than this. That works. We'll go with that. Classic sea cucumber, right? Your new favorite OC? Oh my goodness. That's good to know. I do have a design video for her. Actually, it's not really a design video because I'm really just redrawing her. But I do have a redrawing my old OCs video for her. Somewhere on my channel. Oopsie. And then her literally just worm on a string tail. I forgot she's literally not wearing shoes, and so she's just got little nubbins coming out of these big pants. I guess I should design her shoes, but I feel like with this kind of outfit she would just wear sneakers anyway. I kind of want to give her like a bracelet. Like maybe a friendship style bracelet or something. Or like a hand beaded little thing. Kind of adds to that like childish, playful energy. Don't tell Count Frollo. And these have to have many pockets because they're supposed to be cargo pants. So there's a pocket. This would be another pocket. And then she's got more pockets on the other side. I've literally worn an outfit like this before. I mean, I'm literally I'm wearing these pants right now, basically. So that was kind of easy, and I don't feel like I want to change much. So, but I guess I should take her to the non-chibi style now. I could also give her like a hair clip. Let me think. So cute. Let me think what kind of hair clip. Maybe I can save that for later, and then I'll start working on her color palette, and then her color palette might help inform what I should have her hair clip be shaped like. Main antagonist of the Hunchback. Yeah. Just realized why they're called cargo pants. Yeah, because they carry cargo. Okay. Next, to figure out colors, I kind of just slap them on top. Well, actually, technically underneath, because see, I have a layer underneath the sketch, but, you know. So, I'm going to switch to my opaque pen, because if I pick colors with this pencil that's semi-transparent, you can see it gets darker the more I scribble with it. If I color her in with this, then it'll be like a semi-transparent version of the color, and then that'll mess with like color picking and stuff later. So I switched to my opaque brush. And then usually I start with the skin tone, but then I always end up with like a really light skin tone, because when you have white behind them, like that looks so much darker than it would if it was surrounded by color. So I'll end up being like, you know, oh, that looks tan, and then I'll color in everything else and go, actually, no, she looks really white. So I'm actually, I think, gonna save the skin color for later. Break out of my formula, because it's not a good formula. And let's start with ferret colors. So we've got our cream as our main base color. So let's put that in her hair to start with. And I'm gonna color in both of these so I can kind of play with both of them and see how I feel about them colored in. That'll help me decide like which variation I like better. And I think I want to go softer with the browns, more like this one. So we'll take brown like that maybe. And I'm actually going to make a new layer so that if I want to edit these colors later, like for example, let's say I colored in this shirt this color. Oh, I don't like that color anymore. I changed my mind. I don't like it. That's better. I still don't know if I like it, but I can tweak it. So like, okay, I've colored in her top. No, never mind. I don't like that. Now I can lock the layer. So now I can only color within the pixels, and if I decide I want to try what it looks like with a dark brown, it's really easy to do that. I actually do like that contrast though. Wait, do I like that better than the light brown? I like both colors. So I'm gonna... Ooh. Wait, here's what I'm gonna do. Where's my... There we go. I'm gonna swatch these over here. So now I can undo. Take that one. And then I can swatch that one. So now I have both colors available to me. And I'll actually pull this out. Let me make sure you guys can see that. Yeah, you guys can see that. Now I can swatch over here and reference it while I'm working. Now let me move it over here because it's in a weird spot on stream. There we go, that's more out of the way. Okay. You don't do coloring much because you're not good at rendering? That's fair. A lot of the time though, I literally will just slap in colors and not do rendering. Like I literally have like finished drawings. I'll show you what I mean. Where's the folder? Oh, there it is. I'm really good at forgetting where my folders are. So, like this one. Literally finished artwork, has a background, has no rendering. Do you see this? Do you see that? Those flat colors? There's a little bit of airbrushing for like the pinks on like the cheeks and the elbow, and that's it. Everything else, oh, and the highlight on the bubble gum, but everything else is just flat colors. So sometimes you can get away with not rendering. Just checked on your phone screen. Apparently your computer screen completely dulls the colors down because they all look gray. Yeah, my computer screen does it a little bit too. Not that bad. Like they don't look gray to me, but they do look dull. So this is something that I always have to be careful of when I'm designing colors. Those of you who are watching stream on like your phone or a screen that has vibrant colors, you're seeing brighter colors here than what I'm seeing. I'm seeing really muted colors. So I always have to keep that in mind, that like what I'm seeing is duller than what most people are gonna see. And I kind of like to pick colors that are gonna look good on both screens. So like I really like my dull muted like pastel colors. So I don't mind them looking a little muted on my end, but then I want to make sure they're not gonna look too vibrant on another screen. So confused why you're making her skin just straight up gray. Oh man. Oop. You must have a really desaturated screen. Go into your settings, go in the display settings, and see if you can adjust that. Because I can actually adjust mine, and I cranked my like screen vibrancy all the way up, because it's still dull with it all the way cranked up. Okay, I'm going to color her shorts this color. And then her tail probably will be that darker color again. But I'm also going to put her tail on a separate layer rather than just putting all of this color on one layer in case I decide that that's not enough contrast and I want the top and the tail to be different colors. Because I might end up really not liking that these two are too close together. Okay, so they tend to have pretty light ears, but then spots. So I'm actually gonna do a clipping layer for her hair, and then do a little variation of color on there. And I'd like to kind of do like, not fully even, like there's some kind of stripes throughout. Like that. I wonder if I should do like some on top. It almost looks like a highlight, but like the opposite, where it's dark instead of light. I don't know. We'll play with it. Her hair also looks pink on your computer? Oh, yellow on your phone? That's weird. Yellow makes more sense because she is really more in the orange range, but she's got a warm toned, like if I were to crank up this saturation, it's gonna look pretty yellow, but it's basically a dulled out version of that. So yellow makes more sense than pink. Here's her tail. I could do like blue as an accent maybe. I'm trying to think what other colors would look good with like the cream and brown color scheme, because I kind of feel like I can't get away with making another character with pink as the accent. Now what if... No, I don't think I'm gonna like it that way. I was gonna say what if I swapped the colors, but... then it's like not enough contrast on top, and then too much of the one solid dark color on the bottom. then that's like too close to the tail. Yeah. But I could try blue instead. Bring in my accent color. Now it's literally the pants I'm wearing. I don't like that though. Never mind. I'm not a fan. Yeah, no, I don't think I like it blue. I think I like it better this way. Okay, I need to add in the pink of her ears. Like peachy pink. That's cute. There we go. I have no idea what I want this accent color to be, because all I can think is it would look so cute with some pink in her design. No. Okay, I'm just gonna throw her skin tone in there and ignore the fact that I have no idea what color to make her eyes. So we want it to be darker than her hair, because this is a really light color. So we want enough contrast there. That's really close to this color though. Well, it is lighter. Not enough lighter though. This is where it becomes a tricky balance when you have a character with brown tones in their design, because you don't want their skin to blend in with their clothes. And I don't like this color at all, but we can adjust it. Okay. That stands out more. I feel like it just in general makes the design not have enough contrast. Which might mean we have to adjust other colors. Like her shorts might need to become a darker brown. Green? I could try green. Zero sugar Dubai chocolate Pepsi. What are we even doing with Pepsi flavors now? Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna darken that shorts color. Because if we want her to be tanned, I can't really go lighter than this. This is already a really light color for someone with slightly tanned skin. So let's darken this. There we go. And now I think I can get away with making her skin a tad darker. Ooh, I don't like that color though. Let's see, where is this one? Where's this one? Where's this one? Okay. This one's a little more orange. I'm gonna try like putting a little more red in the skin tone. So that might help with my problem I'm having. Don't forget the tan lines. Yeah, I gotta figure out what color I'm working with, and then I can add in a lighter color for the tan lines. How did, what? Oh, that's why. Excuse me. Okay. Oh. That's definitely not as bad. Okay, now we gotta figure out if I'm gonna make her tanned. Does that look right with freckles? I guess it can work. But of course, these pants need to be darker. Okay. And we're gonna want another clipping layer. And then, let's see. I think we should go a little lighter, so they're more obvious. Ooh, what did I just do? What did I just click? There we go. Apparently 7-Eleven has them. Oh boy. Should I also give her some, like, on her legs? Or, you know what? I could do... She was wearing shoes. Okay, now I need to stop procrastinating what her eye color's gonna be, and I need to figure that out. So, I think Arashi suggested green. Let's try green. Definitely not that green. Maybe a darker green. I don't dislike that. I do feel like then I need to put the green somewhere else. So maybe her bracelet. Let's just draw that in here. Little green bracelet. I think that works. Dark brown eyes. I mean, that could also work. But then it's a very monotone design. And I kind of like it having a little pop of color. And then that green acts as like the one cool tone to an overall warm color palette. Of course, she needs pink in her mouth and in her cheeks. So let's see if this is too bright. Yeah, that's too light. Darken that. That's better. Do I want to change it here? No, I like it being lighter. Okie dokie. There she is. We have the basic design. Now I do kind of have to figure out what her face looks like in like my other style. So, oh, wrong one. Put that back. Where is she? There she is. Okay. So now it's kind of like figuring out her facial proportions. Made you break your rules? What do you mean? How did I break my rules? I didn't break any of my rules. What rules do you think I broke? Oh my gosh, wait, I did say no green. Wait, no, I said no green. I said it right here in big all caps letters. How dare you? Well, too late now. It's a different green. It's not the same, it's not Limu green. The green looks really good though. Yeah, it's a like an olive green. That's not one of the right shape. Okay. Very round eyes. So, maybe I'll make them a tad bigger. I don't know. She's got like round, playful eyes, because that was in her character description. She's gotta look real playful. And giving a character big round eyes is like the easiest way to make them look playful. Military color? Yeah, I guess she is like military drab. I didn't even think about that. Okay, I want to give her little eyebrows, I think. There's like two things that I can think in my head that gives ferret vibes to me is like little eyebrows or like big furry eyebrows. And I think I want to give her little cute eyebrows. So little cute eyebrows. And I also think this style of eyebrow kind of adds that playful energy. Cute little nose. Hard to catch up with streams because of all of them are in different time zones. So true. But hello, welcome in. Yeah, I don't know what time zone you're in, but I definitely have people from like almost every time zone who watch my streams. So it's hard to arrange them to work with everybody, but I try. I try to some extent at least. Love the droplet-shaped eyebrows. Yeah, I enjoy. It's like the doggo brow, but like the soft version. Okay. A really quick and easy way to make a character look like playful and youthful is to give them like a tooth gap. But I worry that that maybe makes her look too little. But at the same time, Drawn like this, it just looks like she has like a chip in her tooth, which means she might have like, you know, something might have happened. She slammed into a pole or something. Making your OC right now. Wish you luck. Good luck! We can design together. Okay, I still kind of want freckles. She got lots of freckles. I know it's more common for like really pale-skinned people to have lots of freckles, but it's not impossible for tanned people to have freckles. So, I think it's fine. Fell out of the tree while chasing birds. Yeah, that might be it. That might be what happened to her tooth. No, Strawberry. Arashi fell out of a tree while catching birds. Your mouse broke? No! What happened? Character, but to be fair, you would do that. Okay. Ears. Ear. Floof top. Oh, that's too floofy. There we go, that's better. Her hair is so floofy. Okay, braids. I'm drawing very loose, very sloppy braids today, but that is how character design works most of the time, is just quick, sloppy, rough, until you actually get to making the reference sheet. And then she's got her eyeball bows. Actually, I don't think I colored the eyeball bows. I think I forgot about that part. But we can just color them the green. So that's like her accent color. I want them to be this style of bow, I think. And then her top. Actually, you know what? I was gonna have her arms coming in front, being all cute, but I'm actually gonna put them behind her instead, so that I can kind of work out what the front of her looks like in this style. Because it always looks different in chibi form. Straps. And then top. I don't know about that. Okay. We're gonna start with this side. And then probably something like that. Yeah, a bit thicker straps. That's better. There we go. Using finger drawing in like, you know how much months. Oh, boo, boo, boo. Oopsie. That's fun. I do still kind of want her to have a hair clip, but I don't know what I want it to look like, because I don't want it to just be like a basic one. I want to have like a shape. Like, I don't want to just do an eyeball, because she has eyeballs already. But like something fun that kind of represents her personality a bit. But I can't think of anything specific. For now I'm just gonna slap colors in here. And then we'll figure things out. It's only like 5:30, 5:20. I started at 4, and I already have like basically a finished character design. I kind of thought this would take longer than it did. Although the character design kind of came to me pretty easily, I feel like this time, so I didn't have to do a ton of troubleshooting. Which, sometimes that's how it goes. Sometimes I have to draw a character a million times before I like how they look, and sometimes I draw them once and I go, literally perfect, change nothing. Oh, by the way, if you guys have any questions about like my character design process or anything like that, feel free to ask. I have no secrets. I don't have trade secrets. I don't have art skills that I will not share. Like, please copy my techniques. I do not care. We do not gatekeep art in this house. That actually reminds me, this might be a slightly controversial topic to talk about. I won't go too deep into it, but there was like this argument in the VTuber community about riggers. So if you don't know what that means, a rigger, like for a live 2D model, is the person who like takes the art and makes it move, basically. So they like animate the mouth to open and close, the eyes to blink, stuff like that. So there was like this controversy recently where it was a VTuber who was complaining that a lot of riggers don't give the VTubers who hire them the live 2D files for their model. So basically the VTuber cannot like edit their rigging. They can't change those animations. They can't update it if there are things that are not done properly. They have to go to the rigger and pay the rigger to redo those things, because the rigger has all those files. And it sparked a whole argument because some people were saying, well, like, that you can't do that because people are gonna steal like the information in those files and use it to, you know, copy the rigger's techniques and put it onto other models and all that stuff. And then the VTubers were like, well, a lot of the time these riggers will like disappear out of the blue and we won't be able to update our model rigging, so then when we want to change our model's outfit or fix things, we have to completely start from scratch. So it causes a lot of like logistical issues for VTubers. And I was kind of back and forth where like I kind of get what they're saying to a degree, because like, you know, it's the rigger's work and they still have certain rights to their work. But they were making claims like, oh, if you were talking with an artist, if you hired an artist, the artist would not give you their Photoshop files. The artist would not tell you, they give you the brush that they use. They wouldn't give you this and that information. And I was reading these things going, yeah, we would. Like, if you are a hired artist working for a company and you're designing something for that company, you provide them the Photoshop files. Like, that's actually normal procedure. And if someone asks me, what brush are you using? I'm just gonna tell them. I don't, like, gatekeep my supplies. And you can ask any artist, and that's just not something we do. So it was kind of a bizarre take. It kind of revealed to me that riggers don't really understand the art world. Very predatory for the riggers. If you're a good rigger, you don't need to worry. That's true. Jack Johnson is playing in the break room. Oh my goodness! Break room peak, actually based? Should steal this stream idea so Chet can help you design a character that you can kill off right away? Yeah, you should. Yeah, and you should constantly mention in stream how you're gonna destroy them. And be like, oh, what a cute little baby that I'm gonna kill. And then you should give them really cute character traits and be like, yeah, this really cute thing they do is gonna be real precious until they die. And just don't let us forget that you're gonna kill them. The idea of someone stealing your rigging is stupid, as if rigging doesn't have standard practices that we all use to rig. That was my other thought, was they're like, well, we can't give people access to our meshes because they're gonna copy our meshes. What do you mean they're gonna copy your meshes? Let me explain to you guys who don't know what this is, what a mesh is. So, you've got... That's pretty visual. So you've got the hair, right? And like this part of the hair moves on its own. This part of the hair moves on its own. So you have a mesh on this part of the hair, you have a mesh on this part of the hair, and then you adjust the positioning of the hair by like warping it to make it move back and forth when the character moves around. That's what a mesh is. This section that moves, like that's a mesh. Like, how are you gonna copy someone's mesh and like use it to put your rigging on another model? You can't actually do that, and a mesh is the same for every model. I don't really get it. So yeah, I kind of just didn't understand what the riggers were trying to say. It didn't make any sense to me. And it was just not really correct, because nobody can really copy your rigging style from looking at your meshes. Like, you know what's an easier way to copy someone's rigging style is by watching the way their live 2D models move and then imitating it. Like taking screenshots and then warping the meshes to make your model look the same as they do when they move around. That's a better way to copy it, and you can do that without the files. Just Hitler saluted the sensor that controls the lighting? What? I don't think that's a... You're gonna get my stream canceled. Oh, also, I do have to complain about how riggers have this you only are successful because of me mentality. Because they're like, we built the VTuber space because you need us to do XYZ. And it's like yes and no at the same time, because like every person who is involved in making a VTuber model work is like important, right? You've got the artist, you've got the rigger, but then you have the VTuber, right? So you've got 3 people there in charge, like who are responsible for one character, I guess you can say. And you can't take just the rigger and then make a VTuber successful. Like, it's not really the riggers who's doing the work. It's really more the artist than the rigger, because the visuals are more important than how the model moves. But then outside of that, the person who's behind the model is more important. They have to be entertaining to make themselves successful. So, like, it's just not correct. You're not the one who built up that VTuber. You're just someone they hired to help them, like present themselves the way they want to. It's just such an entitled mentality to be like, oh, you're big because of me, I built you. Like, no. No, you didn't. Take a step back, please. Check your privilege or whatever the heck they say these days. VTubing predates live 2D. Yeah, it does. It was 3D before it was live 2D, and there's still a lot of VTubers who use 3D. There's still a lot of VTubers who make their own models. Like me and Arashi both. We do our own work. There is no, like, artist or rigger or anyone who we have hired to do any of our work. So literally no one but ourselves has like been a part of what's gotten us to where we are. So then when some person who thinks they're better than me comes up and goes, well, it's only because of me that you're able to do what you're doing. Like, literally no, dude. Like, literally wrong. Incorrect. Sorry. Early VTubing was done with 3D rigs. Live 2D was primarily used for doujin games at the time. Yeah, Live 2D was used for visual novels before it became a VTuber thing. And it still is. It's still used for a lot of games. It's used in Colorful Stage. For the stories for Hatsune Miku Colorful Stage. For the stories, the characters are all Live 2D rigged. You're something of a rigger yourself. A little bit. I have to learn rigging. My fear is it's probably going to make my computer crash, and that's why I haven't gotten into it. But I need to figure it out, because I want to rig my own stuff too. Oh, I gotta do the... I also do want to change the pink in her ears. I like this softer pink better. Bloop. 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 There we go. Okay. Now, her hair. Oh, and I can't forget her tan lines. Strawberry will be so mad at me if I forget her tan lines. Project Sekai, yes! I am a Project Sekai enjoyer. Used to be insanely autistic about... Yes, you should be. Got the merch and everything. You do not play about... Cool, cool. Yeah, I don't have merch, unfortunately, but I keep seeing, like, someone has a BJD of one of the Project Sekai characters, and I want to make one now. There's also a plushie of him I want to order. I keep forgetting about it, actually, but I want it. I like my Project Sekai characters. And I do not stand for Project Sekai hate. I've only seen like one person hating on it, but still. Show you the BJD? It's on my Pinterest board, so I can actually pull it up, I think. Oh. Yeah, that's kind of cute. I kind of like the little spots up there. There we go. Very cute. Very baby. I'm gonna give her little highlights in her eyes so she actually looks like she has a soul behind them. Oh, that's too fat. That works. She's very cute. I like her. Oh, I forgot her bows. Her googly eye bows must be colored in. Okay. And that white for the googly eyes. Perfect. Oh. And tan lines. Nice. Okay, well, there's that. Stream over. No, I'm kidding. I think I probably want to do one more, like, chibi full body drawing to draw her, like, finalized outfit, which is probably, I think, just this one. I think this is gonna be her finalized outfit. I think I like this one. But, I drew that one without the bows and without her freckles. So, it needs just a few little details, and then I'll draw, like, a more, what's the word? Less rough version? And then that'll be, like, my reference for her. But then I think I'll be done. I honestly would just use this as a reference. I think this is a really cute little drawing. It's just missing a couple details. And I still didn't decide if I'm gonna give her a hair clip or what it's gonna look like. What thing could she be into that's green? Frogs? Maybe she likes frogs. Wait, I kind of like this. Wait, I think I'm cooking a little. Wait. I might, get rid of this guideline. Okay. Berg. She has a Berg hair clip. All is right in the world. Perfect. This is everything she needed. She is now complete. Where did I draw her tan lines? Oh, why did I draw them up here? Okay, well. There. Okay. Now we just need her final, I guess, ref sheet. But I think what I'm gonna do, rather than completely make a new drawing, since I like this one, I'm gonna plop it back in here. Hello? Okay. I'm gonna use this sketch, I think, as the base. So, grab that. Copy. Paste. That's a pretty good size, actually. Might scale it up a tiny bit. What do you guys think her name should be? She needs a name of some kind. She's also got a bracelet. And her bows. And what else? Her hair clip. So now I will do some line art. Oh, there's actually a layer here already. There. What kind of liner do I want to do? I think I'll do... Still a Felicia to you? No, absolutely not. Okay, there we go. Let me actually reference what I did over here. Wait, where's the... Over here. Yeah, I did have more hair coming out. Okay. There we go. I like that. Oh wait. Had her hair come in like that a little more. There we go. That works. That gives it a little more of that fluffy look to have more hair, like going whatever which way. Her fuzzy little ears. What we could do is figure out more of her her story, her personality, all those details. So we kind of decided she's like a young high schooler. She's obviously very playful, potentially fell out of a tree, fell out of a tree and chipped her tooth. So she's a little dumb. I'm gonna mess with that later. I'm gonna do this first. She likes furs, and we know that. She is a fur lover. And probably other slimy, crittery creatures. 'Cause that just makes sense. I feel like she is not the brightest bulb in the knife drawer, but she's like fun and everyone likes her, but like everyone knows she's kind of dumb too. Which, unfortunately, that might make it easy for her to be taken advantage of, I feel like. But maybe there are people who protect her because she is baby. I'm actually gonna do her eyebrows on a different layer so that I can adjust their positioning. We love stupid women. She's just a little dumb. It's okay. I feel like I should give her like a school club or something. Like something that she does that kind of keeps her around or something. Like just so she can appear in the background as often as possible. Or I don't know, something she does that's like a public activity kind of thing. Again, so I can utilize her in the background. Cute. Freckles. She is quite freckly. That does kind of that does give that like the masked look I was going for. So that's good. Now attempt to at the neck, electric boogaloo or something. Definitely got her proportions a bit off the first time around, so we're gonna have to fix that, but that's okay. Okie dokie. There's her top. So cute, so baby. I almost feel like I should give her a little necklace. So she has a little more something going on up here. I don't know. I'll think about it while I'm finishing this. Yeah, this is off. This arm is too long. get rid of that. I'm changing them from noodle arms to slightly less noodle arms, so it's more tricky than just tracing the line art. That arm is too wide. That works. Actually, no, I think her arms are not the same length. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, wait. Maybe they are? Her hand looks smaller on this one. No, that looks really wrong. Not me struggling with literal blob hands that I designed the way they are to be like the easiest things to draw possible. I think that's fine. I think what I liked about this variation of the outfit is that there's kind of this balance with this kind of, it's top heavy up here. There's a lot going on in the top of her design, but then she just got bare legs below, so it balances it out because it's big, small. Versus with the cargos, it's like all big, which is not a bad thing necessarily, but I just like for this particular design, I like that this makes her feel lighter. There's less heaviness to the design. For a character who's not so like bubbly and carefree, then I would more likely go for the heavier look. That's fine, I guess. Her tail, I kind of want to give a swoosh this way because that makes it look a little more happy, a little more energetic, cute, fuzzy. And then, oopsie, I forgot I was on that layer. And then I want her bracelet, and I'm thinking maybe a corded bracelet. Very much like friendship style bracelet. And that gives me that outdoorsy energy, because it makes me think of like summer camp as a kid. Okay, her braids. I almost forgot her braids. Okay, braids. bows. Okay, like this way, I think. Yeah, that way. Eyeball. Bow. Low-key feel like you finished, but it looks weird. I get that all the time. Tips? I think it depends on what the issue is with it. Sometimes it helps to just like take a step back for a while, not look at it for a bit, and then pull it up later, and then with fresh eyes, that'll help you both figure out if you are being over dramatic. Like sometimes you feel like something's off, but then you pull it up later and you're like, no, actually I like it. I don't know what I was complaining about. And then other times instead it helps you realize what the issue with it is. So you might be like, oh, well, I don't know how I didn't notice this before, but the hair here is really off, or something like that. That fresh perspective can definitely help. Also, if you're really not sure what's wrong, but you know something's not right, you can also go to a group of people that you feel comfortable sharing with, who you can ask their opinion, what they see that's not right. You can do this with artists and non-artists, but I think it's especially helpful with artists, because people who are not artists, they might be able to tell you what they don't like, but not how to fix it. Or they might just think everything looks good and not be able to see what your issue is. Whereas artists are more likely to be able to be like, oh, well, you could change it this way, and that would help fix this problem. And that is why I have a Discord server where people can share their art. I think that's everything. Unless I want to get her tooth in here. Maybe I should get her chipped tooth. There we go. Okay, cute. Now I need to copy paste the colors. Not actually copy paste. Why am I doing there? What is the Discord server? It should be in the description of the stream. You should be able to find a link in there. And if that link doesn't work, then just let me know and I'll paste a link in the chat. Or a Rushi can grab the link, that works too. I always set my link to never expire, but then I think sometimes it does anyway, because it'll just like not work randomly sometimes. And when it suddenly randomly doesn't work is usually when I've copy pasted it from a previous stream. So yeah, I think sometimes it decides it's suddenly going to expire even though I said it not to, but usually it works. She looks so dark with the white. See what I was saying about the context of the other colors makes it look so different. Like here, she doesn't look very dark, but here, for some reason, she does look darker. Why? Because it's just white behind her, and the white makes everything look darker. Toes on stream? Listen. No toes for you. Look, see? No toes. There's no toes here. I don't know what you think you're seeing. Shorts. This brown also looks much darker next to white. By the way, this is a little color theory tip too. If you have your color palette right and you've got all these other colors, sometimes when you want a certain color next to these colors, you can use a color that's not actually that color and it'll look like that color. Like my green here, right? If I took this green completely out of context, it's a very like muted, muddy green. But within the context, it looks pretty bright, pretty vibrant, because it's surrounded by all these muted browns. And then sometimes you can get away with, like, if you have a very warm tone design, and you want, like, you want green, we're still gonna go with green. You want green within this very warm, like, reds and oranges design. Or you want, maybe let's go with blue. Which one's more? Let's say you want blue. I think this works better. You want blue in like a orangey design. Sometimes you can get away with using like green instead, and then that green is like warmer than the actual blue, because blue is like the coolest color, right? So that green is closer to your warm colors, but then if you have the right green with the right warm tones, that green can look blue in context. That might sound confusing, but this is the crazy fun thing about color theory. Sometimes you cannot trust what you think colors are, and you have to just use the wrong colors and they look right. That's always really fun when you have to paint. I took a painting class that was all oil painting, and it was kind of miserable actually. But we constantly had to do that, where we were mixing colors and combining colors together to make like a more realistic painting. And sometimes your color is not at all the color that you want on the palette, because once it's put in context of the other colors, then it is the color you want, and it's kind of bizarre. It's like hard to mix the right color because you don't want to mix it based on the white of your palette. You want to mix it based on the colors on your canvas, and it gets funky. This is why I prefer anything other than painting. This top really reminds me of a top I have that I've been DIYing, and I'm not finished DIYing, so now I really want to finish DIYing it so I can wear it and look like this character. I'm just putting patches on it, basically. That's my DIY. Because it has some holes in it, because it's kind of an old top. It was like a hand-me-down. I got it from my older sister, but it had some holes in it. But besides that, it was a perfectly fine top. So I wanted to cover the holes with patches, and then I added extra patches, and now it's a whole, like, design element. But I have to finish sewing on all the patches. Because sewing on patches takes so much time. It's kind of tedious a little bit, because you have to sew around in, like, the tiniest little stitches to make sure it's, like, totally all around sewed on properly, whatever. So it takes a while. It's kind of fun. It's like a relaxing activity. It's a good thing to do while watching a movie or a show or something like that. But I've been slowly working at this DIY for months, because I just do little bits at a time as I have time for it in between other things. But I'll finish it soon. I'm determined to finish it so that I can wear the top this summer, because it'll be a really comfy, breezy summer top. And it would look so fun with a, like, slightly edgy outfit, where it's like, it's cutesy because it's got this baby doll cut, but then it's also like, it's got the patches, and then I can pair it with a more, like, edgy look, and then I can ride my skateboard in my, like, cutesy edgy look, and I think it'd be great. She's so cute. I like her. I'm happy. Okay, what color's next? Green? Let's do Gurn. Let's do Gurn next. Gurn. Gurnferg. You know, actually, Arashi's comment on green, that's a reference that nobody else gets, makes me kind of remember. I kind of want to do, like, D&D storytime videos. Would that be fun for you guys? Would you enjoy, like, videos that's basically me telling stories from playing Dungeons and Dragons with little doodles of my characters to illustrate the story while I'm talking about it? Because I kind of want to do that a little bit. I think it'd be kind of fun. I feel like it would take me a while because there's a lot of doodles I'd end up doing, but I think it'd be fun. And I have stories. Green! I have stories both, like, in D&D lore that would be fun to tell, and also in D&D parties outside of game. Like DM horror stories. I feel like that would be fun to tell too. I don't want to be mean to too many of the people that I've played D&D with, but I have a particular DM story that, like, I have no issue being a little mean to this guy and putting him in a negative light, because, let's be real, it's what he deserves. And I feel like the stories by themselves are kind of funny. Like, they're kind of silly, entertaining DM horror stories without the context of having to actually know the human being personally. Got into a fist fight once. Whoa, it was not a fist fight. There were no fists. Was it a fight? Maybe, but there were no fists. Liar. But same person. Same DM. Oh boy. I was drawing my D&D character Cody recently, and it made me think of all my stories I have to tell about him. So many stories. It could have been. We literally had this conversation. Was it today or was it was it yesterday? I don't even remember, but we had this conversation. No, it was yesterday. We had this conversation of, no, it couldn't be a fist fight. He wouldn't know how to throw a punch. Maybe she was in a fist fight once. And won. She in like on like the middle school playground back in the day. Some kid is pushing people around, being rude, being mean, and some kid is like, my dad could beat up your dad, and she's like, well, I could beat up you, and then she does. That sounds like great character lore. I still need a hobby for her. I have to decide, like, what her hobby is. I mean, obviously, she's very outdoorsy. She likes frogs. She likes climbing trees. She probably likes going to the creek and finding, like, little reptiles and amphibians and fish and things. But I feel like she needs, like, a normal person hobby, too. I say as if it's so abnormal to enjoy the outdoors. But like a normal teenager thing. I don't know. She needs something that like she can do with her cute little teenager friends in the background of the comic. Bug catching? That is not what I'm talking about. Sure, she can also like bug catching, but that's not the kind of hobby I'm talking about. My dad could beat up your dad. Yeah, but he'd have to get through me first. Perfect. She has a small collection of isopods and beetles. See, now she sounds autistic. I'm not against this, though. I'll go ahead and do her tan lines while I'm messing with her skin. Drawing frogs. Her hobby is drawing frogs, specifically frogs. A laser-specific hobby, yeah. She doesn't draw spiders. She doesn't draw lizards. Only frogs. Green frogs. Yeah, she has like one green marker. And all she draws is frogs with her little green marker. All of her homework has little green frogs on it. Her tests, little green frogs. Her everything, her room, her walls, little green frogs. Her adoption papers, little green frogs. Oh boy, does this mean she's canonically adopted? Now the question is, how old was she when she was adopted? Like, did she get adopted as a child, and as a child drew little green frogs on her adoption papers? Or was she like already a teenager and thought it was appropriate to draw little green frogs on an official document? She was 3. This makes sense. This checks out. So are her adoptive parents also ferrets, or are they a different animal? And what animal would they be? You're gonna make lore? Go for it. Give me all the lore so I don't have to think about it. Cat? Mice? You were looking at dolls, what happened? We're discussing that this ferret girl was supposedly adopted when she was 3, and she drew little green frogs all over her adoption papers. And now we're discussing what animal her adoptive parents are. Cat and mice? Wait, she was adopted by cats and mice? Like, one of her parents is a cat, the other's a mouse? Sice. What? Cat mice. Dad mouse, mom cat. Oh my gosh. Now we're getting like the short king, tall queen scenario. Mice would be funny as they are a prey species. This is true, but then also if we have one mouse and one cat, then we have a prey animal and a predator as a married couple. Mouse wife. Yes, mouse wife does sound good to me too. I do already have a mouse and cat couple, but they're not old enough to be her parents. Cause it's Mitten's roommate and one of their friends who is a mouse girly. I'm something of an adoptee myself. True? Tom and Jerry. Yeah, literally, I was just thinking Tom and Jerry when you guys started talking about the cat and mouse duo. Mittens is dating a girl. No. Mittens is roommate. Mittens has a friend slash person he lives with who is dating a mouse girl. Mittens himself is a long story. Here, I'll show you my cat boy. My other cat boy. I don't know if you know my other cat boy. Here's my other cat boy. This is my other boy. My other baby boy who lives with Mittens. He's such a good boy. He's so good. And then his mouse, where is she? No, not there. There. Let's see. I only have old art of her on here, but here's his mouse girlfriend. She tiny. Puts gun down. Any boy characters that are single? Well, you see, with Mittens, it's complicated, but technically Mittens, I guess it's depending on the moment, Mittens, this guy. Actually, I have a better art of him. This is like an old bad GB art. Let me pull up. Where's the better art of him? There's the better art of him. There he is. There's Mittens. You like her? See, she cute. She cute, right? Okay, so there's Mittens. He might be single. But high maintenance. So I wouldn't recommend it. He's definitely very high maintenance. Again, it's a technicality, but technically this guy, he technically has a love interest, but they're not actually together, at least not yet. He doesn't have a real name. I just call him Rat. He's just my stinky rat man. Oh, here, we have Horseman and Donkey Boy. Wait, they're single. Horseman and Donkey Boy are single. There are a bunch of guys yelling and you can hear- Oh, well go kill them. With Mittens it's complicated because we live in different realities. Exactly. Oh boy. Okay. And then we have... Where's a good art of these two? Do I have a good Pepsi? I don't think I have a good one of Pep. Well, I have a good chibi of him. I thought there was one with both of them on the same. I don't know. Okay. Well, there's this guy. There's Pepsi. And Pepsi's his nickname, not his real birth name. There's this guy, and then there's this boy. There's Sebi. I have a non-chibi art of him. Here's a non-chibi. He's so baby. He's single. They're both single. And Pepsi's adopted by squirrels. He's a polar bear, but his adoptive parents are squirrels. They are so small, and he is so large. Horseman and Donkey Boy sounds like a great comedy duo. Yeah, they kind of do. It does, yeah. They're college besties. Horseman is a theater kid, and Donkey Boy, it's complicated, but he did/does ballet. Question on the still does, but he at least did ballet. Coca-Cola. Okay, no, he is not Coca-Cola. He's Pepsi. He's the opposite of Coca-Cola. Okay, but actually, the reason why Pepsi's nickname is Pepsi is because he is a polar bear and he looks like the Coca-Cola mascot, except that I thought it would be funny to instead of calling him Coke, to call him Pepsi, because Pepsi is their competitor. I think I'm funny or something. Pepsi X Frog Girl. I'm trying to picture it in my head. Maybe. and Donkey Boy isn't. Yes! Yes, exactly! He's got an attitude problem. Like every donkey, ever. He also, I freaking hate this part of his design. He freaking wears socks with sandals. Look how horrible this is. What is this man? Why? What's wrong with him? I don't know why I designed him with freaking slides with socks. Gross. I forgot about, her. She's single. I don't know why, like, all the characters from that setting are single. I just didn't give any of them partners. But I forget her name, so give me a sec, because I'll pull it up. Heather. Her name's Heather. I'm very good at forgetting these guys' names. Oopsie. We were saying male characters that are single, so I guess she's not relevant, but she's a good girl. Good doggo. Did you design that into him? The donkey part? Are we talking about the donkey, or are we talking about Pepsi, or are we talking about are we talking about his attitude problem, or are we talking about his socks with sandals? Or are we talking about polar bear Pepsi? I got lost. There is a stream delay, so I don't know what we're talking about anymore. But, regardless, yes. Yes. The socks and sandals. Yes, I did design that. Yeah. Yeah, I did. But, you know, it's not my fault that he's a cursed goblin. That's just the way he is. You're not third anymore? Oh. Well, guess you better work harder. No, I'm kidding. Why is Arashi number 1? Has Arashi been talking a lot? I mean, I guess, but Strawberry I thought was talking more. Yeah, Strawberry was totally talking more. I don't know why he's not number 1. It's this woman over here, officer. Bruh. No. Incorrect. It's not my fault. Nothing's my fault. Oh, so many things. There's so many things open now. Okay, goodbye. Goodbye, my son. Goodbye, my son. Goodbye, my daughter. Goodbye. Get out of there, creepy, disgusting gremlin. Goodbye, gremlin son. Goodbye, gremlin sons. Goodbye, good boys. Okay. Now we're good. You use bear trap? No! No! No, bear traps, no, bear traps bad. No bear traps here. No trapping the bears. Oh, you know who else is single? Like, like all of my OCs who are parents for some reason. We were talking about Flair's single dad. I think last stream, right? Yeah, last stream. We were talking about Flair's single dad. And Strawberry was thirsting after him. And then we were also talking about Jolt's single dad, and Strawberry was also thirsting after him. And then we were talking about Jolt's single butler, who's basically his dad, and I think Strawberry was probably also thirsting after him. Be very cross if your foot got stuck in another trap. See, exactly. No bear traps. But we didn't talk about Benny's mom, who's single. Yeah, so that's all. She's also single. For those who are into moms or something. You didn't care for the butler? How dare you? He's literally like the purest, goodest boy. I also didn't have a lot of good art of him though, to be fair. All my digital art of him is old. Look how cute she is. So baby. Okay. Perfect. Now she needs the pink. Oh, you know, I also forgot about Leon and Nikki, but they're also not interested, so they're like single but not actually available. So half of my band boys are taken and the other half do not care for relationships. Let's give her slightly lighter pink toes to show that her toes are lighter because of her tan line. There. Oh, white for her teeth. Oh, here we go. And then we also need that white for the eyeballs. Is the green above this? I guess it is. There we go. Is that everything? I think that's everything, right? Yeah. That is, in fact, everything. So now we can just give her an eye highlight or two. Cute. And maybe I'll give her like some hair highlights. Cute. Okay. I don't know what her name is. But let's put her color palette down. This is the same color, right? Yes. No. I did use a darker color for the shorts than the hair. Okay. Oopsie, I knocked something over. Don't worry about it. Green. There we go. There's her color palette. That's actually a lot of colors, but you don't notice because they're like the same color, just different variations. Except the green. She's definitely a Sally. I feel like Sally works. Has that kind of lighthearted, outdoorsy girl energy. And then we can do maybe like a likes and dislikes. Give a little information about her. Although I don't usually do this for these character sheets, but I feel like it for this one for some reason. Likes. Frogs. There's a sea shanty that just popped in your head. Shall not be sharing it though, as you're pretty sure the association would be poor. What? What are you talking about? Sally? I don't know which one that is. I probably would remember if I heard it. Bugs? Bugs. Any crawly critters. Outdoors. Climbing. Trees. Doodling? We talked about doodling frogs. Doodling frogs specifically. Doodling frogs. She's got the frogtism, apparently. She needs like a favorite food or drink or something. What do ferrets like? What do ferrets like eat? I don't even know. Maybe I should have done more research before stream. We can come back to it and add to it. But dislikes. School work. She's definitely not a schoolwork enjoyer. I think you have to go. Okie dokie. Gonna go over the material. Yeah, definitely prepare for your exam. I believe in you. You got this. We probably won't go much longer anyway because we're wrapping up the character. And we've been streaming for a good 3 hours. So that's a good stream length. So you won't miss too much, don't worry. Bless your beautiful Chungus life. School is incredible when you're neurodivergent. Literally. I feel you. Okay, good luck. And have a good night. Using... Oh, why is it going upwards? Brain power. She does not enjoy the thinking. What are you thinking inside those eyes? What thoughts are behind those eyes? Any thoughts in those heads? Any at all? I don't think so. I think her head is devoid of thoughts. She doesn't like yellow. She autistically hates the color yellow. Like, so much that nobody understands why she's so passionate about her distaste of anything yellow. She hates bananas because they're yellow. She can't eat bananas just because of their color. I can't think of any other things. We can leave it at there. That's a good list. Yellow's the new khaki? Listen, that's what they said to convince a really dumb man to buy a really horrible outfit. That movie might be part of the reason why she hates yellow. She's pretty cute. I like her. We might have to design her parents in the future. I might have to design them off stream and send them to the Discord, so because I probably won't have a stream just for designing her parents, but we might have to design her adoptive cat parent and mouse parent, I guess, or something like that. I might shift around what exactly they are, because I already have cat OCs and I already have mouse OCs, so I might do like I don't know, another type of rodent, and then another type of feline, like a bobcat and a chinchilla or something like that, just to mix it up a bit. But we might do something like that. You know, really fitting for you to reference the Curious George movie after talking about Jack Johnson. Sparrows? Ooh, adoptive sparrow parents? Wait, I like that. I only have one bird OC. Where is she? There she is. Do I have decent art? I don't have any decent art of her. Old, gross, terrible art, but I literally have one bird OC, and I never draw her. That's why it's old, terrible art. So we could do more burbs. More burbs would be good. Maybe that's why the movie's on your mind? Yeah, probably. Okay, well, I think we're done here. Just about. So we have our sketches. We have this sketch. We have our planning sheet. So yeah, so this is make a blue jay. Oh, okay, I'll do a blue jay. I'll do a sparrow. I'll do maybe like a cardinal, or I could do a robin. I do have a raven. I forgot about my raven, because my raven is from a different setting. He's a witch. He's based on a little plushie I got that was a little burb with a witch hat, so I have a raven boy. But yeah, we'll do some more burbs, because I need more variety in my characters. I gotta collect all the background characters so that later on, when I actually make these comics, I have designs to already pull from to put in the background, and I don't have to like think about what background characters look like. Phoenix. Okay, Phoenix needs to be used for one of my more fantastical settings, because Phoenix is a magical creature. I love ravens. I love ravens. And Crane. Crane OC! the old wise Asian man who gives the children's wisdom. Ravenclaw? Harry Potter reference? Sure. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So I've taken the Pottermore test twice. Both times I got in Gryffindor, but was 1 point away from Ravenclaw. So I am just barely not a Ravenclaw. So yeah, anyway, I think this is where we wrap it up. This is where we started. We wanted to make a ferret. So we got our references, and then we wrote down some of the character traits, and then the setting we were working with, and some things we wanted to include in the design. And then we took that, and we actually we did this first, and we did some sketching just to brain dump whatever design ideas we had, and then we went from there, and we kind of worked out her facial features and whatnot. And then we did our little chibi reference sheet here with her color palette and some of her traits. And that's where we ended. And now she dances for you. So, I might do this again in the future. I don't know. I'll do this again once I have a good idea of another character that I want to design. Because sometimes I have no ideas and then I don't have a lot to do, but then other times I like need a specific type of character and then I have all the ideas. So yeah, I'll probably end up doing another character designing stream in the future. I definitely want to talk more while I'm drawing because I get too quiet sometimes when I'm too focused on the art. So I'll definitely think of some like conversation topics for us to talk about while I'm working in the future. Yee. And you guys are always welcome to ask me questions about my process, about my techniques, anything. And you can, I know some of you already joined the Discord. We have that little community, and you can share art and get feedback and all that stuff. And I will schedule the next stream Friday, probably. Arashi gets his work schedule on Fridays, I believe. So I usually wait until I know what his schedule is, because if we're planning to do anything together, it's going to be on one of his few days off. So I try not to schedule streams when he has a day off. So I'll post the next waiting room Friday, or whenever I figure out my schedule. So there will be another stream next week, and hopefully for every week in the future. So look forward to that. And I'll see you guys soon. Yeah, good luck with that sleeping at 2 a.m. and waking up at 6 thing. Try to get a somewhat decent sleep, please. Good night. And I'll see you guys. Thanks for coming. And don't forget to pet a frog. Pet one frog, or she will come after you. Okay, bye.